All right, welcome. This is going to be the first episode of Double Barrel Action, the baseball podcast underneath the Hot Take Sports brand. Brady obviously recognized me from the main podcast, and this is my friend Owen. This is Owen's first appearance under Hot Take Sports anything. He's kind of been my baseball cohort for a while. I'm excited to take on this side project with him. Owen, you
Oh
excited
yeah,
to be here?
baby.
Yeah.
Hey, you're lucky to have me. No big deal. We'll just get it out of the way and
Big free
not to
agent
toot
signing
my own
coming in.
horn. But
Speaking of big free agent signings, busy winter, lots of moves. Judge, Correa, Verlander, kind of winding down as we get to spring training. Pitchers and catchers reported yesterday and today. Owen, what are you most excited about coming into spring training?
I'm once Super Bowl Sunday ends, baseball season's right around the corner. I mean, as a Tigers fan myself, I'm kind of more biased to see what they do because honestly, this offseason, not many moves were made. So kind of excited to see how that camp comes along. But I mean, all the other camps as well. I mean, you never like how the Mets gonna look with their new look of rotation. I mean, can the Astros go back to back? I mean, it's gonna be that's why spring training is kind of unique. So,
Yeah, this spring training is going to be even more unique because it's World Baseball Classic year.
oh
Super
yeah,
excited for that. They finally are able to have it after all of the COVID stuff that kept pushing it back. Super excited for that. Brings back more of those weird spring training exhibitions where you have a World Baseball Classic team playing an MLB team. Like the Guardians have a game against Mexico, like I think the day before it starts, which is wild to me, but bringing on some of that fun stuff. But yeah,
oh
you
well.
mentioned Tigers fan too. We both get to work for the Mud Hens, so uh, we really have to pay attention to a lot of their moves sometimes, so we know what to expect in the season.
I mean, I try to look at their moves, but not many were made until the last couple days when they won by these guys last minute. But that seems to be the Tigers' way to go about it this season, I guess.
I mean, I'm super intrigued because like obviously Jace Fry picked up today, Matt Whistler brought on Monday. I think they could both be some quality signings.
I mean,
Matt Whistler especially.
they're gonna make it opening day. We don't got much in that bullpen right there.
Well, I mean the lefty options for the bullpen. Shoot, who do you guys? You traded Soto,
Well,
and
a guy that
I
is
know
like
the
Alexander.
non-rosters. Oh, Alexander, that's right. Yeah, on the non-roster invitees are like Chase and Shreve,
Yeah, we ain't
Jace
got much.
Fry, Del Pozo's in AAA. We've seen plenty of Del Pozo.
We seen way much of Del Pozo.
Way too much of Del Pozo.
But I mean, it's always kind of cool. I mean, they've got a lot of young guys and stuff to give them an opportunity. But to go from last year, where we thought we're out of a rebuild, to I know this season was full of injuries, but then to now this year, where it's just like, are we gonna try after this season? Are we waiting till Mickey's contract's up? Like, I don't know. It's as a Tigers fan, it's frustrating, but it's baseball, so still enjoy it.
Well, I mean, once Mickey's contract up, y'all are gonna have plenty of money.
Oh, we're gonna be signing Shohei, baby.
You guys already signed Walmart Shohei. Michael Lorenzen sliding into that number three spot,
Mark
behind
my words. This time next baseball season, Shohei Ohtani will be wearing the old English tee, baby.
Shohei Ohtani is either going to be in LA or New York.
What do you mean? You don't got faith the Tigers will pull out the money again?
I don't want the Tigers to pull out Shohei Ohtani. As you can see,
if
I'm a Guardians fan.
if he signs with us, I'm gonna rub it in your face.
Oh, that's okay. Your guys' last big signing hasn't panned out after year one, so I'm not that worried.
Avi. I'd say I thought it was a cool signing at first, and whew, it looks like me
Yeah,
out there swinging at anything.
I think my favorite meme is the gif of Javi just completely whiffing, and it's like Sister Jean throwing a ceremonial first pitch. That's a great meme.
Uh, yeah, I'm hoping he has a bounce back here. As a Tigers fan, I need him to have a bounce back here because
Of
I
course.
physically do not know if I could take another year of that. But I don't know. I'm honestly kind of used to it at this point. It's Tigers baseball. What's new?
Well, I mean, you guys are moving the fences in, so that's gonna add
That
another
is
like four
intriguing.
home runs for Baez and Torkelson, and maybe even Riley Green.
But they were showing like the projected like home run for each team, and everyone's like, "Oh, 30, 30, 30." The Tigers 22. Like, well,
Yeah. I'm saying, I mean, look, Fangraph says Baez at 22, Torkelson at 20, Meadows at 19. I think I have Green hitting 14. I think Green can hit 20.
the full year, yeah. I mean,
They have
depending on what he's working on this spring traiing, because I mean, he cares about the power, but he's more of a leadoff type of get on base guy. So
bro, they have Jonathan Scope hitting 17. I don't even think Jonathan Scope plays the full year. I think he gets DFA'd. He was so bad last year.
I don't know. I mean, with the whole like changing of the shifts and stuff, I think he could have a better year. I
Yeah,
really
I
do.
guess that's true. He definitely could be one of those guys, like kind of like Joey Gallo, who the last couple years has just been destroyed by the shift.
I think if anything, hopefully he has a decent year, and then we'll trade him at the deadline. Because I mean, I think he's to a point where like now he's like, oh, he's getting up there in age, so I mean, might as well try and trade him, let him at least enjoy for it. That's why I say about Miggy, like like there's no way we would trade Miguel Cabrera, but it's like if obviously if we were to somehow be in it this year, I would mind blown. But I think Miggy deserves one last run, but there's no way anyone's going to be willing to trade anything for him
Yeah,
unless he's having
that's
like triple crown season. But
that'd be wild.
if Miggy has more than as I give or take, I want to say 15's the bar. But I think 10 home runs for Miggy this year is not a bad number.
Well, I mean, he's gonna be splitting at bats with Torkelson and Kerry Carpenter, so
Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely possible. It just really depends.
they did say like maybe one or two games this year he could play first base. I mean, if his body's up for it, I mean, it's your last year, might as well go all in.
Oh, you have to. I mean, like, looking at the lineup, Meadows is going to be really interesting because he basically
Yeah,
hasn't played since May or June maybe. And Baez, Green, Scope, Carpenter gonna have to see if he can repeat what he did last year.
like, that's the thing though. Like, if you look, our two biggest, not really, mainly two, be right field and then third base. Catching, it's like you have Haas, but like who's gonna back him up is the hit or miss question, which I think could be Donnie Sands. Because honestly, I'm
I
keeping
like
Donnie
Donnie
Sands type of guy
Sands.
right now.
I like him. I like cool name, great baseball name, but I just
He
like
gotta
Donnie
be
Sands
crushing
as a
some dingers,
player.
man.
Yeah, I did. This is gonna be a make or break spring training for Jake Rogers, especially coming off of Tommy John. I mean, I think he's missed what 2 years
I was trying to do the math earlier, but I think about close to that.
because
And I think regardless, he's gonna start in AAA just to get like
yeah,
just
he
get
still
your
has an
feet
option
wet
left.
because you don't
Yeah,
want to like throw him right into like the deep end of the pool and say here swim and then you're having struggles because some it's known the Tigers like to really struggle to start of the year and we don't want to say here fight through it and then his batting average doesn't go above 100. So start in
yeah,
AAA, build your confidence, move on up, destroy all the Cleveland pitching because we know they can. So
yeah. You hope so. There's so the Tigers are gonna have some really interesting cases in spring training because like there are some prospects that are obviously gonna try to break camp, uh, or like could be somebody who's not on the 40 man who could try to break camp, and then you have
yeah,
bubble guys like Zach Short, Kyler
I
Nevin,
I
who are
I
both
think
out of
he'll be
options.
DFA'd, but yeah.
I
I
I,
did see
I thought
one
they
name
DFA
that
him last year.
what's up?
So I thought they DFA short last year. I did.
I think they did, but then they called him up like last minute for an injury.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
One name I did see that they were talking about is Andrew Knapp, the switch hitting a veteran catcher, because they
Yeah.
obviously they know they want Rogers to start down. Which I mean, if they call him up right away, it's fine. But I know Knapp has been a name that they talked about possibly starting in the majors, and then I seriously think Donnie Sands is about to be a dog. He's got that dog in him, and he's going to show everybody.
I mean, like Donnie Chance could definitely be good. I mean, like he only had four plate appearances for Philly last year, so like we have literally no idea what to expect. I mean, he's gonna be 27 for a majority of the season, but like there's a wild group of catchers just sitting in AAA. I mean, Rogers, Sands, Dylan Digler, and then like
I
Mario
don't think
Feliciano and Michael Papirski are both non-roster invitees, plus Knapp.
Dingler, though, Dingler, I think, is one player who is for sure, unless he has his monster spring training, which I don't really see him having. I think he'll start in AAA. But I
Yeah,
also
for
think
sure.
he'll start in AA because, like you named all those catchers, I mean, you can't have 10 catchers in AAA.
Yeah,
And I mean, last year, the Tigers opened up the season with three catchers on their roster, which we shouldn't do again because that was ridiculous. But
yeah,
I think like it's gonna be tough. I think I don't know. I'm riding with Donnie Sands. He's making it. I think Rogers, Knapp, and hoping Dingler, but like you said, Papirski, and so it's gonna be intriguing to see where everyone goes because
yeah. I think Papirski will probably be in Toledo, but I think he'll play way more first base than catching
because
because
I can't even think of who's gonna be the first baseman down there. I mean, Josh Lester's gone.
well the expectation is Quincy Newport, who was, or I think that's how you say it, because he won the Eastern League MVP for Erie
That's right.
last
I was
year.
like, that name sounded so familiar. It's not gonna hit me.
He's 28. There's sort of like,
I mean, Lester was old too, old-ish.
yeah. Well, Lester was 27.
You know who I'm calling it right now? I think our best player in AAA this year, DJ Peters. I think he comes in and he
Oh, I
rakes.
like that. I like that
He's gonna
guess.
rake.
Gosh, let's see here. I'm very curious to see if Cesar Hernandez makes the roster.
I
Uh,
honestly think he either makes it because I mean, think about it. I mean, he played all last year, pretty sure, with the Nationals. Like any other team, he would squeak in regardless as a bench player.
yeah,
So if he doesn't make our final roster, there's no way he's like, yeah, I'll go down to Toledo and
yeah. No,
I
you
mean,
know what player I like? I know what player I think is gonna be the best player in Toledo this year.
hey man,
Justin Henry Malloy.
I hope he's
Some
in
of
Toledo. I mean, dude's a dog. I hope we put him there.
some of the numbers and scout grades
Oh yeah.
on JH Malloy is wild.
Like if you really think about it though, the Mud Hens might be something. They about to
Oh
be
yeah,
nasty.
they very well could be better than what Nashville was last year.
I mean, if you think about where the Tigers sit, because obviously I know some teams like you don't want to take a starter and force him to be a reliever. That's just horrible. But the
Yeah.
Tigers right now with Erod, you'll have Matt Manning, Turnbull, Lorenzen, and Boyd. I think I got them all. That's your
Yes.
five-man
Yes.
rotation to start the year. I mean, with ease, you know what's going to happen. But then you got to think of the guys like, I mean, obviously Scooble and Mize, their seasons are up in question. I think Mize is obviously out, but then
They've both been throwing at spring training for what I've seen.
I knew Scooble was there. Well, I saw the interview. Mize had surgery on his back after Tommy John, so I don't know how he's doing. But
Well, that
then
might be a huge game changer for him when he gets back, though.
yeah. But then think about the guys who I did name, who were there last year, who were not bad. Garrett Hill, Bo Brisky, Joey Wentz, and Faedo. That's four guys. You can't stick them all in the bullpen because that's a big slap in the face Toledo, baby. Bring them on down.
Oh
Let
yeah.
them get their innings. We're about to be dogs. We're eating them W's, baby. Come on.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I think out of the five guys we mentioned, I think Matt Manning's the only one that starts the year next year in Detroit. I think there's a fairly solid chance that Eduardo Rodriguez opts out. I think Turnbull is going to get dealt because he has 2 years of control left. So if he has a good first half, he'll probably get dealt. And I mean, Detroit's not full blown contending yet. And then Lorenzen and Boyd, I mean, like I just said, they could be in the same spot as Turnbull, but they're only on 1 year contracts
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
Because then, I mean, you could start next year Manning, Mize, Scoop Ball, uh, Reese Olson
Wilmer,
looks good. Bo
Wilmer
Brisky,
Flores,
Joey Wentz
baby.
deserves a spot. Joey Wentz deserves a
Oh,
spot,
I
man.
know.
Wilmer Flores is
I
another
know.
one. I'm
Well,
excited for him to be in Toledo too.
that's the thing about Joey Wentz, though, is those guys I named this year, which a lot of them are vets, and like Michael Lorenzo doesn't want to go to Toledo. Manning's not going to go to Toledo. Those guys are going to start unless we cut them, which there's no way we cut them on 1 year deals. That'd be kind of weird of us.
Yeah, that's pretty
But
much the set
Wentz
rotation.
deserves a shot, but Wentz should not be a bullpen piece.
No, I completely agree.
So if that is the case, they put him in there, just set him down in Toledo. He's opening day for the Mud Hens. He gets his innings. He proves he belongs up there. And then we obviously know not all five guys are going to be dealing up there. I mean, Turnbull hasn't pitched in what, 2 years? Like,
2020, I think.
was it?
I'm
Wow.
yeah. I mean, let me look at this because
Because like
part of what I've been doing is bios for everybody, so I actually have this here somewhere if I can.
I am excited for
Where's he
Turnbull
at?
though. I won't lie.
Oh, I think Turnbull will be good. Yeah, okay, so he has been out since June 5th of 2021, which was like 3 weeks after he threw his no hitter against Seattle.
Yep. It's funny. I was telling him about. He's like, "Who is that?" And I'm like, "I know. It feels like you don't know who that is, but he was the one who threw a no hitter a couple years ago. So he has stuff.
Yeah,
He's good. So I'm excited to hopefully. I mean, he could be opening day. I mean, that's the thing. I don't think
it
Erod's a
could be.
lock.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I mean, I mean, Erod's obviously the heavy favorite, and that's
Oh
probably who
yeah,
I
with
would
the
take. But
especially with
I
the
mean,
money we're giving him.
anybody could. Oh, yeah, any of those five guys could start opening day.
Matt
Just kind of
Manning
depends on how the
could.
spring goes.
I mean,
Matt
I
Manning
wouldn't
last
mind
year
that
just
boy.
hurts so much.
What?
So Matt Manning last year just hurt so much.
Yeah,
He was in
I'm hoping.
Toledo forever.
Only thing the Tigers need to do is stay healthy. You stay healthy, you're fine. Like you have a good roster ish. But
Yeah,
I mean, because if Torque is slumping, that's I don't want to have to say he's the backbone, but he's like the backbone of that team. Like if he's not playing well, it's gonna be a struggle because I mean, your first baseman, your franchise player is Spencer Torkelson. I mean,
yeah.
Riley Green's up there as well, but Torque had all that hype around him, being the number one overall pick. If he can't bounce back, I mean, end of last year he was, but it can't just be Riley Green. It can't. He's our leadoff hitter. It can't just be him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, he might even drop down to three. He might be protecting Baez now. That's just really gonna depend on
Just put
how
Baez at
Meadows comes
9.
back. No, that's where Akil Badu's got to hit.
Badu can lead off, baby. You give him the reins, baby. Badu season's back.
2 seasons back. No, no. What'll be really interesting is if Parker Meadows breaks camp and takes left field from Badu because I think it's
It'll
possible.
be right field. I feel like Austin Meadows will be left. I think we put him in left because there's not as much. I feel like
Well, he's supposed to be the right starting right fielder as of right now. So, but no, I think Parker Meadows could absolutely break camp. I think he'll
that'd be
probably the
nutty.
same. I think he'll be in the same boat as what Riley Green was last year because Riley Green would have broken camp if he stayed healthy.
I know, I know, but I hope he rakes. But then also, I think that he won't break camp because you got to think about how many outfielders we do have. I mean, you got to give Badu playing time. Badu deserves a shot. I'm sorry, but Badu deserves
Oh yeah,
another chance. And then oh, Matt Veerling deserve. We traded him for a reason. He's gonna get his starts. So I wouldn't rush Parker Meadows. I say put him in Toledo, let him get all his playing time there. I'm also biased because I want to see all these guys. So
Yeah, and I kind of feel bad for Ryan Kreidler because like they traded for Nick Madden, and Kreidler
I
looks like he
know.
was going to be that third base guy. It looks like he might
And
have to be sharing at bats today now.
but I mean that's the thing though. I think Kreider gets a lot of playing time because with third base still being hit or miss, I think him and Matan will switch it out. Baez need a day off. There's Kreidler. Second base, Scope might need a day off here and there. Kreidler. So I think Kreidler will get his fair share of playing time because I don't even know who's going to play on our bench. I really don't.
So Fangraphs has the bench right as of right now being Rogers, which I we both think it'll be Sands, Miggy platooning with Kerry Carpenter,
Hmm.
Tyler Nevin, who doesn't have any options, so
Oh yeah.
he'll either break camp or get DFA'd, and then Veerling. So I mean that last spot
Who do
could
they have in right
be
field? The two?
they have so left to right is Badu, Green, and Meadows. They have Matten being the third base starter.
I don't mind that. I keep forgetting about Nevin. I just I never like hear him in the talks of like, oh, because I mean he could be third baseman too, but I think he's
He
more
could
of a
be. He's quarter infield, corner outfield, so definitely could. Oh, oh, but you know who else could be a really interesting candidate who could break and take up bats at third base?
Fernandez.
Lipsius,
Ooh. Yeah,
because
he's
he
on the
raked in
40 man.
AAA, and he raked in AAA. It's completely possible.
Yeah, but he wasn't in AAA long enough. I think he'll start there.
But was he? Because I mean, Torque and Riley Green are both going to break camp after 60 games of AAA.
Ellipsis, I don't even think he had 30, did he? It might have been.
Lipsius came up in July or
Did he
like the
really?
start of August. Yeah, he was. He
Put him
was
in
there for a little
Toledo,
bit.
man.
I mean, I think he starts at Toledo, but like
That
that's
Mud Hens
that.
roster.
Oh, it's
Woo!
gonna be loaded. Absolutely, I'm excited,
Like Lipsy should be there. Brendan Davis moving to the outfield. I mean, people don't talk about him. Some respect on my guy's name.
bro. He hit 30 home runs in 2021,
Yeah. Like
and
I think
he's kind of getting shifted around. He never really got his feet under him offensively in
yeah. And
Toledo.
I think with him moving to the outfield and then DJ Peters, baby.
Oh, will he move to the outfield? I
I've been
mean,
hearing
the
talks about
Toledo
him.
outfield is gonna be stacked. Parker Meadows,
Well,
J.H.
that's the thing
Malloy,
though.
DJ Peters, Steele Walker, Jonathan Davis.
Steel
As of right
Walker.
now, is there? Bro, I saw Steele Walker hit his only career home run. His only big league home run. I got to witness it. Zach Short might be taking at bats in the outfield if he clears waivers because I don't think he makes the roster, but he doesn't have any options left. Like you said,
Uh,
Davis, Andy
I mean,
Ibanez, John Valente.
Ibanez, I heard he could make the opening day roster of the Tigers, but I think he'll be in the infield. That's
They
the
DFA'd
best
him.
part
They
of
they would have to DFA somebody to bring him back on the roster.
that's like the best part. I'm not watching Tigers spring training. Who's the Tigers? I'm watching who's gonna be in Toledo, baby.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I want to see my dogs. I want to see them eat. I want to see them get their at bats as a spring training and eat, baby.
Yeah, there's part of me that wishes that I could be a Columbus employee so I could watch like all the Guardians prospects. But I'm happy where I'm at. Yeah, I know you would say that.
Uh,
We've talked
you
about
can
the
watch the
Tigers a lot.
Tigers butt hands eat, baby.
We've talked about the Tigers a lot, but specifically, I'm really super excited for who we might see. What other camp like are you maybe like super excited about?
Actually, just thinking about that, Baltimore, because
Yes, completely agree.
I can't lie, I don't know if I'd say they'd win the division. I think the Yankees made
No,
those
they're not gonna
signings
win the
where,
division.
but that whole division, I know the Red Sox lost Bogarts, but the Red Sox, depending who they bring in, because like they made some signings where they're not bad, but like Baltimore, I mean,
I think
they got
Baltimore
some
could be a wild
dogs.
card team. I
Yeah.
think they'll be a wild
Oh,
card team.
I think honestly, if it comes down to it, I think three, maybe four of those teams in that division make it. I think Tampa's kind of on the border for me. I think they're kind of past their prime.
I think
Or
Tampa's fourth. I think Tampa finishes fourth place. I think the
yeah,
Yankees will win the division, and I think Toronto and Baltimore both be wildcard teams.
it just depends on because pitching is still Toronto's biggest thing, and I know that a lot of their pitchers are hurt. But I'm like hit or miss because I think Baltimore could sneak up higher though. You never
Yeah, it's
know.
definitely gonna be really interesting. But I
'Cause,
I think the wildcard teams are gonna be Toronto, Baltimore, and Seattle in no particular order.
yeah,
Because I still have the Yankees and the Astros winning the East and the West. So
I think the Seattle could sneak above Houston this year.
I think they
I really,
could, but the
it's
Astros
gonna
only
come down to
got
who gets hot
better.
first. It's gonna come down to who gets hot
Yeah.
first and who ends the season hot.
I was talking about this with my dad yesterday. The Astros, oh, like, yeah, they lost Verlander, but they got better because, like, they've always had the pitching to counteract losing
Oh
Verlander.
yeah.
And
Oh,
Jose
easily.
Abreu is way better than Yuli Gurriel. Even at like
Oh, it's like
35 years old,
here's Yuli.
Jose Abreu is way better than Yuli.
I
And especially in that
mean,
ballpark where like a lot of Abreu's doubles in the corner can be turned into home runs. I mean, we saw it with Trey Mancini when he went to Houston. Like, it's
isn't
completely
he in
possible.
Chicago now?
Yes.
Mancini?
Trey Mancini and Eric Hosmer, Chicago Cubs.
The Cubs, though. I mean, I'm not saying they'll make a playoff spot, but this is a good chunk they got in this offseason when they can turn it around.
I still really like the Dansby Swanson signing personally.
Oh yeah. And then Nico at second, and you
They're gonna
got
have amazing defense up the middle, especially with.
oh,
I think Bellinger's a really solid bounce back candidate.
yeah. I think he's a trade deadline piece though. He's on a 1 year deal. Unless
Yeah.
they extend him, but if he has a monster year in Wrigley, you could easily bring in some good package.
Oh yeah. I because for Bellinger, I mean Wrigley's a hitter's park, especially with the basket.
Yeah.
Bellinger likes to pull and high pop. And I mean, it's called the Windy City for a reason.
It'll
Oh,
carry out of the baby.
carry out and just drop in the basket. Bellinger could jump back up to like 30, 40 home runs.
Be an MVP candidate again.
No, who's gonna push for a 15 to 20 homer season? Tucker Barnhart.
My Lord, dude, you're talking nonsense now, dude.
Bro, he's left-handed hitting in the Windy City with the baskets. Same deal as Bellinger. The numbers are gonna jump up.
Tucker Barnhart's lucky if he gets two.
Tucker Barnhart's gonna be the starting catcher.
He was in Detroit, and look how that turned out.
Yeah, I know, but in Chicago's a much better hitter's park than Detroit. You and I both know that. But Chicago's catchers are Tucker Barnhart and Yan Gomes. So one of the two of them's gonna have to hit. At
Yeah,
least until
it's gonna be
somebody's
neither of
ready.
them.
I mean, I'm sure that won't be true. One of them will hit at least a little bit.
Do you need tickets for sporting events, comedy shows, and any other events that you're going to? Because we have the deal for you.
Use code HTS with our friends at SeatGeek. SeatGeek is an online app. We all use it. We've all used it before in the past. Use code HTS at checkout to receive $20 off of your first purchase. That's code HTS at checkout for $20 off of your first purchase. I used these to buy Brewers versus Dodgers tickets last summer. I know Brady's used them to buy football tickets before. We love it. It's super easy. It's super convenient. So we encourage you to use it. Use code HTS at checkout for $20 off of your first purchase.
And like we said, that can go to minor league baseball games when that's coming up this season. If you're going to the World Baseball Classic, which is coming up, that would be fun. You can go to that. Spring training games are going to be coming up. You got the NBA. We used it when we went to the Timberwolves Cavaliers game a few months ago. And yeah, you can use it for just about anything. So use code HTS, $20 off your first purchase.
What were we talking about?
Speaking of catchers who could really use to hit this year, my Guardians picked up Mike Zunino, coming off thoracic outlet injury. Kind of hoping to relocate that all-star form. Hopefully, Josh Bell can bounce back as well. It's two
Let's talk
super
about the
key additions for
Guardians,
us.
though. You guys look good
I'm
last year. Now you can make some good signings, though.
I'm excited. I was excited last year, but I don't think I've ever been more excited
Are you all tingly
Cleveland
inside? Like you
baseball.
can just pinch yourself?
What?
You all tingly inside? Like you're about to just pinch yourself? You're so excited?
I don't know about that, but I mean, I love baseball season, but nothing better than Guardians baseball. So
I do think you guys will be mad. And like last year, I won't lie, shocked me because you guys were Tigers are doing what you guys are doing. You guys kind of let all your like prospects come up and shine. Which the thing is, you guys know how to develop prospects. Tigers are kind of hit or miss. But I think you guys got something rolling up there, especially Josh Bell switching for he's so good. Like you
yeah,
guys got
see,
him,
normally when we have switch hitting first baseman, we're good, but Josh Bell has more power than Carlos Santana, so
and he's better average wise. Like he does not just power. His average was like
oh
300
yeah,
last year, close to it.
yeah. I love the Josh Bell signing.
So who
There
is your
was
backup
nobody else I
catcher?
want. Our backup catcher. That's a great question. So the thought is Bo Naylor's going to be in AAA to get consistent at bats. Uh, but the thought was also that Zanino was brought in to mentor Bo Naylor. So no one's really sure.
I mean, because you
Uh,
guys don't have Hedges, right?
no, Hedges is in Pittsburgh now.
You guys have anyone else?
We have Brian Lavastida, who he broke camp last year because he was the only other catcher on the 40-man roster.
I mean, you guys just have one of the Tigers. I mean, we have a surplus.
Yeah, you guys are like 97 catchers.
Yeah, we'll give you guys Papirski.
No, Papirski's Toledo's first baseman. End of story. He
Uh,
and Quincy Newport can battle it out. But on a really under the radar signing that I like for us, we've signed Tukichi State on a minor league deal. I mean, he used to be a top prospect in Atlanta system. He just kind of fell out of favor and never really lived up to his potential. And I mean, I kind of
who was that
hope
again?
that
I think I just completely missed the name of what you just said.
Tukichi Saint,
Oh, that. I heard like that, and I was so confused. That was the name.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember him going to the Braves and the Angels, and then that should
yeah,
be
I'm
intriguing.
gonna. I thought like somebody with it might like the Rays might pick him up, just kind of be like, pitching
Oh,
lab. Hey, we'll fix him. But I'm very happy because I've always liked him more than just his name. He's always had good stuff that I like watching him pitch.
that's like me
So
saying when I like Al Albuquerque,
yeah, exactly.
which I
Alliteration.
still like him. He wasn't even horrible in the Tigers. We just said,
Nope.
eh.
But yeah. We did not have Brian Shaw for the first time in what feels
Fair.
like
I'll
90
change
years. We
that.
don't have a Brian Shaw in spring training, which
Hey,
Brian Shaw was
Guardians,
good, but
bring
stop.
back Brian Shaw. My
Make it
buddy's
stop.
crying over it.
No, I mean Brian Shaw was good for us previously, but
Wasn't he on the Rockies for a couple of seasons?
yeah. So going into or yeah, after 2018, he was a free agent. The Rockies signed him to like a 3-year, $27 million deal. Yeah, paying Brian Shaw $9 million is wild. And then
Worth it.
he was absolutely garbage in Colorado. Like DFA like a year and a half in. Kind of
Well,
bounced around.
with how
Bro,
terrible of a pitcher he already is, and then you put him in a hitter's ballpark, yeah.
bro, when we were in Colorado to start to like towards the beginning of the year last year, he closed out all 3 games. I wanted to scream because we almost lost the last one because of him.
Well, you were the one who said Clase is overrated, wasn't it?
No, I love Manuel Clase. He might be my favorite player on the team.
For Josie?
I don't know, cause like I love Jose Ramirez, but I've never been one to pick like the mainstream guy. I've never understood why.
That's
Like I
kind of
was
me.
like Lindor was never my favorite player. I mean, the last like really mainstream guy I think was my favorite player would be Grady Sizemore. I guess the last like super
It's been
mainstream.
a couple of years. So would you say Josie is Blake's favorite player?
Um, I think so.
I feel like he's more of a Stephen Kwan type of guy.
That's what I was thinking. I'm gonna have to ask him that.
I feel like because I mean
He might still be in the
knowing
league.
Blake, I feel like that is his thing. He's like, I like Stephen Kwan.
I mean, I like Stephen Kwan too. I'm gonna ask
I mean,
him.
no, he's a fun player to watch. But I can't lie though, like for me to say like Riley Green or Torkels is my favorite. I mean, obviously those are the big names on the team, but I've met both of those guys and I've actually talked to them before. So it's like I'm more biased because like, oh dude, they're
Oh
cool dude.
yeah,
They always came in together. They're like Riley Green, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And
yes. That's one of like the huge benefits to like what we do is like we get to meet the guy
oh
behind. We
yeah.
get to meet the guy behind the player.
You know
Super,
who's gonna have a
super awesome.
30 home run season though?
Him
My
and
boy, Kerry Carpenter, baby.
dude, Gary Carpenter was so nice. I remember being in the locker room when he got called up. That was an awesome thing to experience.
It's just a bummer because like they want him at DH, split time with Miggy, which you split time, you don't get much. But if we put him in right field, which you won't get much playing time there, but we'll
That's
see.
just going to really depend on how his defense looks in camp.
Yeah,
Which,
his defense has always been spotty, but his bat is lethal.
speaking of defense in camp with a lethal bat, did you see that Aaron Judge was taking ground balls at first base?
Judge?
Judge was taking ground balls at first base before he took fly balls in the outfield.
I mean, Rizzo's the only guy they got up there in New York, so for first base, really.
I mean, and he's signed it like I think he signed a 2+1, or it might just be a flat two. But like Aaron Judge is gonna be there for 10 years, so it wouldn't surprise me if they slowly try to transition him to
I
first
mean, you don't
base.
want him to. I mean, I won't lie. I know how it is being tall, not that tall, but the wear
Yeah,
and tear it does on your knees and stuff over time, it wouldn't be a bad idea. And then again, you got to think of like New York still has their prospect outfielders. Like they still got the young
yeah,
guys.
exactly. Yeah,
I don't
because
mind that.
6'7", 260 is not gonna be able to play Gold
I'm
Glove right
surprised they
center
can.
field forever.
I'm surprised
Oh
they
yeah,
can.
I'm Aaron Judge is a freak. It impresses me. I'll admit to that.
That dude's it's a big boy. It's a big boy.
But the Yankees confuse me this also because like their infield situation is so wild. Because
Because
like
they got
they have
Rizzo,
Donaldson.
Glaber.
Yeah. Oh, you start on the other corner for me. They have Donaldson at third, making a bunch of money.
Is he still there?
Isn't worth it. Yes, he has a year or two left.
Hmm.
They have IKF who can play short, Oswaldo Cabrera who played in the outfield all postseason, but is primarily a shortstop. They have Oswald Peraza. They have Anthony Volpe who's coming up. Um, the second they can play Volpe, Peraza, IKF, Glaber Torres,
God,
DJ LeMay who's making $16 million to ride the pine
I think he'll DH. He'll DH.
over Stanton.
Stanton in the outfield.
You're gonna put Stanton in the outfield.
Yeah. I mean, he had an arm like there. Think about it though, like you're
Yeah, but his
paying.
legs have always been a problem, which is why they try to DH him.
I don't know. Then trade somebody. That sounds like a cluster.
It is a cluster, but the Yankees refuse to trade anyone while they still have value. Prime example: Miguel Andujar.
Honestly, I may give some crap for this one, but I'd put Stan on the bench. LeMay's a better bat at DH. Unless
I
unless you start LeMahieu has to be in your lineup. Dude can hit.
I mean, like LeMahieu could almost play like a Ben Zobrist type of deal, but just shift around the infield all the time. But you,
Compare him to Ben Zobrist.
oh, who wasn't I compared to Ben Zobrist? Oh, Christopher Morel going back to the Cubs. I think Christopher Morel is going to be the Ben Zobrist of the Chicago Cubs because
Uh,
they're
I think Morel's a dog. See, he
Morel is a
wasn't bad.
dog, but they're going to play Magical and Wisdom at third base, so Morel's going to be shifting around.
I mean, the only way he turns into a Ben Zobrist is if his wife cheats on him.
That was too far. Not what I meant.
And he'd be like Jason Kelsey and I'm Travis Kelsey. Y'all let me know I'm going too far. You jabroni.
What is this podcast? Uh, I don't even know which team. We already talked about the Cubs. The Yankees.
You know
It is a
what? Screw it.
cluster. It
Let's go
really
out
is.
west. Let's go out west
I
to the
like.
Arizona
Let's do this.
Diamondbacks.
The Diamondbacks.
Arizona
I like the
Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks. I do.
I
I
think
think they could be good.
it's like hit or miss with that whole division because I won't lie. Everyone who says the Giants are a playoff team, I really don't see it. I
No, absolutely
I
not.
don't know where there's. I mean, Mitch Haniger, what is he, your Lord and Savior? I mean, he's not horrible, but he's not going to lead you guys to the promised
Bro,
land.
they went from
The
Aaron Judge to Carlos Correa to Mitch Haniger.
Ooh, I think the Giants are no. The Rockies are always
Yeah.
just mid. They seem like they can contend and put a
Bro,
fight, but they're mid.
the Rockies dropped bank on Chris Bryant and forgot to do anything else.
The Dodgers, I don't think they win the division. I think they lose. I think they come in third.
I think the third.
Third.
Who? I mean, I think the Padres will win the division, but who do you have in front of the? Who else do you have?
Arizona, baby.
No,
They have all those young guys coming in.
I
They
think
have
Arizona is going to be
pitching.
like Baltimore, but I don't think they'll be that good.
I mean, the Dodgers, think about it. They didn't do anything this offseason. They brought in Kershaw. That's it. Brought him
They
back.
they brought in JD Martinez.
Oh, because he's in his prime still.
He can hit, which is what they brought him in to do. And their top prospects are starting to come up, which the last time that happened was Will Smith, Alex Verdugo,
All right, just tell me I'm wrong. You
Dustin
know I'm
May.
going to be right. And it happens in Arizona is in
I
the two.
mean, I think the Padres win the division. I think the Dodgers are
Oh, no.
second. I
Well,
think Arizona's in third. I do think Arizona finishes third.
if the Padres come in less than first, they're screwed. Because
Oh
with
yeah, Machado will
that
not be.
powerhouse of a team, if you can't win your division, I mean, Tatis will eventually be back. You got Bogarts, you have Juan Soto, you have Manny Machado, you have Musgrove, Yu Darvish,
Yeah,
Blake Snell, Austin Nola. I think he's still there. He wasn't bad behind the plate.
yeah.
I think
That's
I'm
really the
missing
one
somebody.
place they could maybe use an upgrade as catcher.
Am I missing anybody? I mean, Trent Grisham, he was kind of a dog.
Well, let's see here. Let me pull up their lineup.
Who's their
Um,
first baseman?
oh shoot.
I feel
Oh,
like I'm missing a
Cronenworth.
big name right now.
So they
Cronenworth,
have
yeah.
the outfield being Soto, Grisham, and currently Matt Carpenter, but it's gonna become Tatis in right field.
Matt
In
Carpenter's in the Padres. Oh lordy.
yes, the infield, third to first, Machado, Bogarts, Ha-Seong Kim, and Jake Cronenworth. Austin Nola catching, and Nelson Cruz is their DH. I forgot they signed Nelson Cruz.
They just got Michael Wacha too. Oh man, the
Yeah.
Padres got me. Lethal.
Okay, that reminds me. We talk about the fact that the Padres signed 36-year-old Yu Darvish to a 6-year extension.
I mean, he's been. Think about it. 6 years. What? I mean, well, there's been an
He's
opt-out
going to be
clause.
42 and a half.
I mean, look at Verlander. Verlander's still going. He's coming out of the Tigers.
Yeah, but that's from Verlander. Yu Darvish has gotten hurt before and took 97 years to recover, I swear.
Well, all the money that you Darvish got offered isn't all guaranteed, isn't it? I'm pretty sure, like,
I don't know. I haven't really looked at it yet. But why pay? Like, yeah, I understand he's your ace, but he's 36. Why pay you Darvish when you're gonna have to pay Soto, gonna have to pay Cronenworth?
I'd let Cronenworth walk, honestly.
You let Cronenworth what? That's crazy. Cronenworth's so good, and he's
Yeah,
super versatile. He can play
yeah.
all four infield spots at with an above average bat and solid defense.
I'm gonna say this.
That's
I wouldn't even
crazy.
take Cronenworth on the Tigers.
Okay, you're full of crap now. You're
No,
just
no,
you're
no, no,
just
no,
being
no.
wild to prove. You're just being wild to try to prove a point now. You're full of it.
I know I'm hitting the nail.
Jake Cronenworth would turn around the Tigers lineup. If you put plug Cronenworth in where Jonathan Scope's supposed to be, Tigers instantly win at least 5 more games.
No.
Okay.
It would still be the same. Put Cronenworth in any other team, we're still going to be terrible because you put Cronenworth by himself, we're not going to do nothing. I'm not saying he's a bad player, I just personally would not want him. You know what?
That's crazy.
If he was on the Tigers, I'd put him in Toledo.
He's an all-star.
Yeah,
What do you
International League All Star.
mean?
Be International All Star.
He was literally just on the all-star team, I swear. I
Yeah,
swear
but
he
he'll
just
be.
made the all-star team.
Let's just be real. Just be honest with yourself. You know, Tigers
Bro,
about to come out swinging.
you're out of your mind. Was
That's
he
why I'm
not?
here.
I swear, hang on. I mean,
I'm
I
here
need to look it
for.
up.
I'm here for all the bold takes. You know, that's what I am. I'm that guy.
Well, it is technically a hot take sports podcast, so it'd be like that. I swear he
And
was
you're
on the all-star team.
and you're interviewing the Brody Pickle.
That's true. Check that out. Um, in a couple weeks, I guess. Yeah. Bro, he's a two-time all-star. Come on, this. He's a two-time all-star.
Mid, mid.
Oh, I'm gonna come
Hit him
through.
with the
I'm gonna
mid.
come through the camera and smack you so hard right now.
Where we live.
And I know where you live.
This is going down. Mark my words. February 20th. This time, Ian Brady.
Jake
I'm laying the smackdown.
Jake Cronenworth would change the Tigers for their own good, and I would die on that hill. So much for going out west. Every conversation comes back to the Tigers.
Yeah, it does, because when we're talking about the importance of that organization, and it all comes down to where we work.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's go back out west because you started off talking about Arizona and then immediately ran away from Arizona.
Oh
I
yeah.
think
I
I
don't even
do
know.
think they'll be this year's Baltimore. I think they'll be really good
Oh
from
yeah.
like at least really good from
I
like a young
mean,
team
all those
sense.
young guys. I mean, Zach
Their
Gallen
rotation's just so
leading that
weird.
rotation. What is?
Mad Bum and Merrill Kelly is a wild 2-3 combo.
But they have someone else I think I'm missing.
Oh, their rotation's Zach Gallen,
Well,
Merrill
because
Kelly, Mad Bum, Zach Davies, and Ryan Nelson. Let me see.
we'll see. But like,
A lot
I
of their top
mean, that
prospects are
team.
starters, though. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, because like Jake McCarthy. I don't think it's his name. He's gonna be
He's an
good.
outfielder. Yeah, that's another
But
place
I
they have
mean,
a logjam. I like Thomas and Corbin Carroll. Both could be nasty.
there's your outfield right there. Got to
Yeah,
build the infield, baby.
bro. And Lourdes Gurriel at DH, and he can play some infield too.
Honestly, make
bro,
a trade with the Yankees. Trade with the Yankees. Give him Mad Bum and give him one of your infield guys.
Mad Bum makes too much money for the New York Yankees at this point in time.
Yankees got it.
Unless you're taking LeMahieu back to even out the cash. You know
I
what?
mean,
That'd be a quality trade just in terms of suiting both teams' needs. Because the Yankees pitching's always hurt.
oh yeah. And Mad Bum, he's a known starter. He's a known playoff starter.
Yeah.
Then give him like, I don't know if I'd quite say Volpe. He's not worth like a Volpe, but he's more like a LeMahieu and maybe like another like maybe Gleyber Torres. Maybe get him out of there.
I mean, if you're gonna give up like I'd say Mad Bum Gurriel would be probably something the Yankees would be interested in. Maybe not for LeMahieu and
Yeah, that's a
maybe
lot.
not for like LeMahieu and Torres, but I'm sure Aaron Hicks would go back in that because
Aaron Hicks.
they're trying to get rid of guys like Hicks and LeMahieu who are making a bunch of money. They're trying to get rid of like Donaldson making a bunch of money, and they need a left fielder. Gurriel would actually fit that super well, but
I'd honestly, I would cut Donaldson. I would just straight up cut him.
he's making too much money to do that. Otherwise, I'm sure they probably would.
I don't know why you pay that man money, dude. It hasn't been good since Toronto.
Because the Twins gave him the money, and there lies the problem. Here, let me go back to the Yankees. Look at their payroll because
Can't believe you're a Twins fan.
I'm not a Twins fan. Josh Donaldson he's making 21.75 mil this year, and then he has a $16 million mutual option with a $6 million buyout. So he'll probably get bought out.
I would. Oh, I wouldn't want him.
Bro, the Yankees are still paying $3 million for buying Andrew Granador.
Jesus.
They're paying Frankie Montas $7.5 million to do nothing because he's injured again. Bro, Glaber's making $10 million. That's crazy.
All right, all right. We'll wrap it all in now. We've been to almost every I guess we'll stay out west and let's go to the American League side of it, which I think is pretty much wrapped up. It's Astros, Mariners, but Angels. How you feeling this year? Do you think Trout goes to the promised land?
I'm not sure Mike Trout's ever gonna go to the promised land. I think they could make a run for a wild card spot if Anthony Rendon stays healthy, but I think the Angels need to figure out what Jared Walsh is going to be moving forward. I think they need to move Anthony Rendon to first base.
And
Anthony
they still got
Rendon has
Fletch.
played first, second, and third across his career. He's a decent defender. Like if you could shove him at first base and try to keep him healthy for a full season just to see if it works out. I mean, good for you. Like you've got Urshela, you've got Renhefo, Drury, David Fletcher. Like you have the
I
infielders to
mean,
fill the rest of the
their
spots.
their catchers aren't bad. They got two young catchers. Like I think could be good.
Oh, Hoppy's gonna be good. Like I think Stassi will mentor him really well. I think Hoppy's gonna be good, and I think
But
Hunter
yeah.
Renfroe is a really nice addition. Yes, I think
All right.
Renfroe and Urshela are both gonna be really solid additions. It's just really gonna depend on whether they keep them past this year.
All
But
right. Texas Rangers hit me.
oh,
DeGrom
hang
turning
on,
around.
I do want to finish the Angels really fast. Part of the problem with the whole Rendon Jared Walsh thing is Otani's gonna DH. So
Yeah.
at least for the rest of this year, depending on what happens afterwards, uh, like you're gonna have to either make trades or figure out what the heck to do to get at bats in there
Well, do
for
you think
everybody.
Wash can move to left field
Um,
or right, whatever they? I mean, because if you think about it, though, their outfield is mainly
he
Trout
definitely
center.
could. I mean, yeah, it's Trout and center, Renfroe and right, but right now it's Taylor Ward and left. So it's really gonna depend on if we
Yeah.
see last year Taylor Ward or Taylor Ward the entire rest of his career. Because he popped off last year, looked really good. And he's projected to be left field. So I mean, if he doesn't pan out, I mean, Jared Walsh definitely could shift to left field. I think I'm pretty sure he used to play some corner outfield, so he
Well, if you stay
definitely
in
could.
this, I mean, you be their manager, but you know that's not going to happen. They want to give Walsh that playing time at first, and they're going to put Rendon over there at third. They're just
I
going to
mean,
do it
yeah, I'm sure
because
that's probably what'll happen. But Walsh did not
I
look good
like your
last
way of
year,
thinking,
so
though.
I don't think the door is closed because Walsh did not have a good year. So shaking some things up could change things around, but who knows? But yeah, let's. You want to shift over to the Rangers? Let's shift to the Rangers.
But I don't
Jacob
even.
Degrom's already hurt.
Is he really?
I think it was some lat tightness. Let
Oh
me
my
look this
lordy!
up.
Oh, you spent all this money for nothing, Texas.
Jacob Degrom already already out of his first spring training workout. Yeah, side tightness.
That's like my favorite. That's my
The
favorite
Texas
thing. The
Rangers,
Rangers spend all
man.
this money. Oh my lord! Because I mean, who is the rest of the rotation? It's
They bought it
Degrom.
all in the last 2 years. Degrom, Martin Perez, who pitched really well last year, so
Yeah,
good for
John
him.
Gray's there.
John Gray, Nathan Eovaldi, and Andrew Heaney.
All proven starters, but not.
Uh, Andrew Heaney turned it around last year with the Dodgers. When the Angels dealt him to the Yankees, he looked bad. Like Heaney was the one who started the Field of Dreams game for the Yankees. Yikes.
That's a tough start.
Yeah. Well, I think the Rangers could be good. It just really going to depend
Yeah,
on
no, they
Jacob
have the team to
deGrom.
be good.
It really is.
I mean, they have Simeon and Seager, which I think they could both bounce back. Yeah,
I
Nathaniel
really
Lowe.
like Nathaniel Lau. I really like him. I think Josh Young could win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Dolis Garcia. He's a dog. He's an outfield.
He's always been an interesting case to me because like he was such a late riser, and but he
Oh
like
yeah, he's like 30 already.
he's 30. He is 30.
Is he 30?
So yeah, but I mean, I guess he's according to this, he signed in 2017. So he was 24 years old when he signed to his first contract. So like, I mean, that's sure that's part of why he was such a late bloomer now. But like, how sustainable is that going to be?
The Rangers, if you look at it, they did not build for the future. They built to win now,
No.
and they're not in a place to win now. They have the pieces who
Yeah,
are good, but not pieces who can.
their their pitching staff is a win now staff.
Oh yeah, with ease. Like that's the thing though. They could take some of the young guys and like, I mean, you know who could break camp. You know who could be a dog. Jack
I
Leiter.
would love to hear
Jack
this.
Leiter.
Oh, I think he could, but I don't think they will just because of how many pitchers they signed. I don't think they
Move
want
one of them to
Jack
the
Leiter
bullpen.
to. They
Eovaldi
already
can go
did
to the
that.
pen.
They moved Jake Odorizzi and Danny Duffy to the pen already. Dane Dunning's got to be somewhere too. They, I don't know why they signed so many starters, but they did.
Well, that's because you know it's the Rangers.
That's fair. I mean, the Rangers tried to sign C.J. Wilson and Josh Hamilton once,
All
or
right,
Was
fine.
C.J. Wilson the Angels? I don't even know anymore.
That was the Angels. I remember this with the lefty.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because C.J. Wilson signed the same offseason as Pujols. That's right. That's right.
All right, let's just wrap up this division. Oakland Athletics hit me. All right, and we're done.
Will they win 50 games? Yes or no? Oh, actually, I lied.
50.
Okay, which is more likely to happen first? The official announcement of Oakland or the Oakland Athletics moving to Las Vegas, or the Oakland A's 50th win of the season?
I don't think they'll move. But
Um,
I know there's been talks.
a report came out today. Now, all of the talks involving Oakland or involving the Athletics have been about Las Vegas. They haven't even talked to the Oakland mayor or anything. So
I don't
I
know. I
think
really
that
don't want
move's
them to
almost
move.
a done
I like
deal.
keeping teams
I,
where they are.
I don't want them to move either, but I think it's going to happen
I
at this
mean, I
point.
want them to move to a different ballpark.
Yeah,
That ballpark they're in now is terrible. Um, the news
they've done
probably of
some
them
interesting
moving on
stuff
it will
though.
happen first, though.
Oh yeah, I think the moving news happened first. But they made a really interesting trade the other day. They traded AJ Puck for JJ Bleday.
Which that blew my mind because I know AJ Puck's already been in there, but did JJ Bleday get called up already? Has he
JJ
played at
Bleday
all?
made his debut last year.
Did he
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like the move. Like,
for Oakland or
yeah,
Miami?
for both. I mean, Miami needs relief pitching, good relief pitching, which what AJ Puck is. Now, don't get me wrong, Oakland doesn't have an actual bullpen outside of Trevor May. Like the Toledo bullpen could probably outbeat them,
The Mud Hens could probably
outpitch
beat the
them.
Athletics.
Eh, any given
Oh,
Sunday.
me, you know I'm right.
Hey man, you never know.
Those Mud Hens though, they
Hey,
nasty.
the 73-9 Warriors did lose 9 times. Anything's possible. But like
The
Pache's on the
Cavs beat
bench
them,
there.
baby.
That's true. Like Pache starting on the bench in Oakland, like that alone is makes for interesting stuff.
All right, now with all this being said, I think we go in. We'll start. You pick National League or American League. Pick one.
We'll start with the NL.
All right, who are your division winners?
Ooh, my division one. Okay, are we doing just division winners, or are we going like
We'll do
full blown
division
picks?
winners, and then we'll go into who like the one seed all the way down.
All right, so division winners. I'm gonna say Atlanta, St. Louis, and San Diego.
That's fair. I think honestly, St. Louis has a division. I mean, that really hasn't done much for them, but
Well, Wilson Contreras just makes them even better.
I honestly want to say Philly, but with Harper being out for most this time, I don't think they'll be able to catch up to them. But I want to switch it up. I'm gonna go Mets. I think Mets get the East. I'm gonna stick with you the last two. I think it's gonna be St. Louis easily walking away with the Central, and then San Diego's gonna take the West.
I would love to pick the Mets, but the Mets are gonna Met, baby. I mean, they do it
I
every
know,
year.
but you know what? Might as well. All right, American League.
I've said this earlier: Yankees, Astros, and obviously I'm gonna go with the Guardians. They won it last year, only got
Oh,
better,
easily.
and they're my team. So,
All right, fine. Central Tigers. I'm just kidding.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
you wish.
Rat. I think Guardians easily win it. I mean, the White Sox made some moves, not really any good thing. Minnesota's still in, but Guardians easily. Um, I don't want to say Yankees. I don't.
I
Give
mean, I didn't
me
want
give
to
me
say it either,
Toronto.
but
Give me Toronto,
okay,
baby.
I can give you that. I can give you that.
And then I guess Astros. I want to go a little different to Seattle. I mean, I already said Seattle earlier about them being interesting, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. We'll go back to the National League. Who are your wild card teams?
Wild card teams. Are we going in order or just any given?
Just give me three. I mean, because you know how wild card can be. It can be hit or miss anywhere.
Well, the Mets and Phillies are wild card teams for sure. I think it's Mets, Phillies, Dodgers in the wild card,
I mean, I honestly think
which is an absolute unit of a wild card race.
clearly. I mean, so but mine be Braves, Phillies, Dodgers. So I'm gonna go because you know the Mets are winning the East.
I was gonna say, I mean, like you look at it, like five of
Like,
those six teams are already decided.
yeah. So the
Only the
Central,
NL Central is going to be inaudible.
Milwaukee could fight, but Milwaukee's always a team who's just mid. They're able to
Absolutely,
contend, but they're like, where are you? Like, are we gonna rebuild or are we like? I mean, because the move they made, they got Jesse Winker, right? I'm pretty sure that's the only move I can think of.
and I know they got Jesse Winker. They traded Colton Wong, which I guess that was for Jesse Winker. They got William Contreras. That was part of the Sean Murphy trade, which again made Atlanta way better. That's why I picked them. But I mean, yeah, they really didn't do much. They brought back Wade Miley.
All right. Before this time expires, give me your three AL wildcard teams. And I'm
Um,
gonna hit you with a doozy. I'm gonna hit you with a doozy on this one.
all right. I think I said this earlier, but I'll say it again. I think the three wildcard teams: Toronto, Baltimore, and Seattle.
All right. Because I said Yankees, right? Or did I say Baltimore?
You said
Or
Baltimore was getting a second place, which is crazy.
well, did I say the Yankees were gonna win the division? Is that who I picked? Or did I
You
say
said
Blue Jays?
Toronto would win the division.
Oh, I'm going ballsy again. All right. Listen now. Okay, this is happening. Yankees miss it. They ain't going. They ain't going. I know it's gonna sound crazy in the
You're
end.
crazy.
They ain't going. Give me
Crazy.
Baltimore. Give me Toronto, or not Toronto. Is that Toronto's gonna win? Baltimore, Seattle. Give me the Halos. Give me the Halos, baby. Wildcats going to the promised land. Come on.
That's a take. There's plenty of quality TikToks in this. That's a take.
I I mean, and it's tough because that whole AL East is tough. I dislike the Yankees, but I gotta give them credit. They're gonna make it interesting. They have this whole team, just dynamic. Does Aaron Judge fall off? Probably not. But does he have the same type of season he had last year? I don't think so. I think he probably gets 40 home runs, but I don't think he has this monster year. But I think if the Angels stay healthy, they make it. I really do. I'm gonna stick by my word on that. I and it just bumps out the Yankees. All right. I think Baltimore gets hot. Give me the Halos, baby. Give me the
I'll take your word for it. All right, so based off of that, World Series champion, who over who? how many games right now?
Yankees. I was kidding.
That'd be wild. So you just said they'd miss the playoffs.
And how many games? I definitely think it's going to be an NL East team. I really do. You know what? No. Give me Padres. Give me the Padres in the NL. And then I'm going to bite my tongue on this one. I think it's Guardians. Hate to say it, but I do think
Well, that's okay, because I'm going to say it too. Don't worry.
Padres Guardians.
Oh, not Padres, Guardians. I was
Oh,
just going to say Guardians.
who do you got? Oh, and how many games? You know what? I'm just not gonna let you enjoy this one. Padres in 6. I'm not
All right,
letting you
well,
enjoy this.
I think we'll see a repeat of 1995. I think Guardians Braves in the World Series. But I think the
Ooh.
Guardians will take it in 6.
It's tough because it depends. Honestly, imagine Astros Guardians in a 7-game series to decide who goes to the World Series. That I think happened.
Oh yeah. All right, so you know, World Series guesses. I enjoy that we both have the Guardians in there.
Hate you.
Hopefully mine's more right than yours.
No, you're lucky I can't put the Tigers in there. That's a hard pill to swallow, and I've already said a lot of hard pills to swallow today.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so we already said throw the gauntlet down. World Series winners. We're gonna double down. Award winners. We're gonna do MVPs, Cy Youngs, Rookies of the Year, and batting title winners.
I'll let you
So
start wherever you want to start.
I was gonna have you start with so we'll go by award. We'll do AL then NL, and we'll go MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, batting title.
Do
So
you
you
want
want
to
to
do all
start?
AL first, then NL?
No, so we're going by award.
Okay. That's what I thought.
All right. Yeah. So you want
So
to go ahead?
with Rookie of the Year MVP. Very good.
Do MVPs first.
So my AL MVP, it's tough because between two. You'll love this one. Josie Ramirez and Julio Rodriguez. It's tough.
Okay. Okay.
I think Ramirez has the edge over it because I think what he does for that team. But I think Julio could. I also do think he has a sophomore slump. I'm hit or miss with him.
Yeah. I mean, I really like Julio, but I think he takes a step back.
Yeah. All right, who you got?
My AL MVP is finally gonna be the year for Vladdy Guerrero.
Oh, Vladdy.
Finally gonna be
Okay.
the year.
All right. Now give me your NL MVP, then I'll go.
He's gonna carry the Padres to an NLCS appearance. It's gonna be Manny Machado's first MVP award.
All right. Not on the same page with you there, but give you Ronald Acuna Jr., baby.
Okay, I like that. I
He's
do like that.
he's what 25, 26 now. He's right in the smack dab, about to be in that prime.
He's 25.
So I think he's got it. I think that's his team.
I do like that. And over on the Braves, my NL Cy Young pick is going to be Spencer Strider.
Ooh, I got a back to back. Give me Alcantara, baby.
I I really wanted to pick Sandy Alcantara again, but
All right.
Spencer Strider showed some solid stuff last year. I really like Spencer Strider.
Oh,
The
so we're going right
stats.
into Cy Youngs now? Oh, you're gonna yeah. My AL Cy Young is my ballsiest one.
All right, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I mean Luis Castillo of the Seattle Mariners, baby.
Are you serious? That's actually your
Yeah.
guess. That was my
Is
guess.
is it really?
Yes,
That's yours?
yes, right here. Hang on, let
I
me
can't
not
show you
give away
mine.
the
Mine
rest
has
of
my whole
my.
list.
Let's see if the
That's so
camera focuses.
that's,
It's not gonna focus.
I
But
I
yeah,
believe you.
it says Luis Castillo. That's crazy.
I I think he's on a team now where I think the offense can flow and it'll get him runs to support him.
Yes.
So Luis Castillo, ooh, look at
And
us, look at us.
he got paid. He's not gonna have to
Oh yeah.
worry about playing for a contract. he doesn't have to worry about being the number one guy because Robbie Ray's there,
Oh yeah.
and I think it's Logan Gilbert, George Kirby. They're both going to be there, backing up behind him.
Oh
Luis
man.
Castillo's in a prime spot to bust it through this year. I
All right, we
love it.
doing batting titles now? Or you want to do? Let's do
We'll,
batting title. Let's
we'll
say
do
rookie
bad
of the year
guys.
for
Okay,
last.
so
Rookie of the year. I think we're probably on the same page for that one, but I want to see if we're on the same page for that
okay. All
one. I'll
right,
start.
let's hear your AL batting title.
AL batting title. Give it to Aaron Judge. I think Aaron Judge has it. I think he gets
Okay.
it again. I mean, after that year, I mean, I don't think it will have the same numbers as last year, but I think he's gonna still have great numbers, and I think he wins it.
My AL batting title is going to be the GOAT, Stephen Kwan. Now that my NL
It's
pick
not
is out of
horrible.
the AL, now my NL pick's out of the AL, it's Stephen
Your
Kwan's
NL
turn to take it
pick, let me
over.
guess. Your NL pick's Luis Ariz too.
My NL pick is
Yeah.
the AL reigning champion, Luis Arias.
Yep. And now that he's finally out of the AL where there's no Judge, no Quan, he's gonna have the NL. And he's gonna be handed
Oh
this
yeah,
ring, baby.
I love the fit for him in Miami too. I think
Oh
he's
yeah.
finally gonna go back to playing second base. I mean, no, he can definitely still shift around and play a ton of
Oh
great
yeah.
defense all over the diamond. But that bat's gonna play in Marlins Park,
Oh, with ease. He's
especially with no shift anymore.
yeah, because I mean he's not really not known for his power. So
No,
that ballpark's gonna help him out a lot. All
yeah, he's
right.
gonna be dropping laser beams all across the right center field grass.
I'm really hoping rookie of the years we have one difference, but I honest to God believe both of ours are the same.
All right,
So honestly,
I want to hear AL first.
AL Rookie of the Year, lock it in, guaranteed. Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah, that was
Yours?
my pick. That was my
Let's
pick.
go. I knew it. All right, hit me with your NL. Hit me with your NL. I know it's gonna be the same. All
Is
right,
it?
on the count of three. Want to try the count of three?
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Corbin Carroll.
Kodai Senga.
What?
I do.
No.
I think Kodai
Corbin
Senga's gonna win it.
Carroll.
I love Corbin Carroll, but I think Kodai Senga's gonna win it.
Man. I
Kodai Senga's a
mean,
hot take. Kodai Senga's a hot take. But I
I
think being in the same room as Verlander and Max Scherzer is going to revolutionize his game.
and he won't be the number one guy, and they have an
No.
offense there. It's not a bad pick, but Corbin Carroll.
I love Corbin Carroll. I think I forgot that he would be up for Rookie of the Year, but I'm gonna stick with my pick, obviously.
I mean, yours is a
I like
good
Corbin
take
Carroll
too.
too. I do really like Corbin Carroll.
I honestly literally thought both the rookie of the years about to be the same.
I mean, half our AL picks were the same, and then our NL batting title was the same.
The Luis Castillo one threw me for a loop. I did not think you
Oh
were gonna
yeah,
pick him. I
no,
was like, whoa.
that was the first one I wrote down.
That was my last one. I was like, man, I almost took
I don't want to say Bieber. I don't want to be a homer.
I was gonna take the Astros there were two.
Javier
There's like two. Him and then
Valdez.
yeah.
They were
I was a hit or
they're
miss.
both on my radar. Oh,
But Luis
Carlos Rodon.
Castillo, maybe? Ooh.
Carlos Rodon was somebody I thought about.
On the Yankees, yeah. I keep forgetting he's on the Yankees.
I know. It's
All right.
terrifying.
Well, we had good picks. I mean, we're
I'm
buzzing.
excited. It's gonna be solid.
This is gonna be an interesting season
So
to watch
excited for
now.
the year.
To watch Corbin Carroll win Rookie of the Year.
That might be the one bright spot the Diamondbacks have.
Well, I mean, let's just be
It's just
real.
gonna
All right.
depend on where you end up playing in the outfield, I guess.
Well, we'll come back end of the year and see who's got the most right. At least we have some
Oh
different.
gosh.
But one thing we are going to be seeing end of the year is the Halos in the playoffs.
I'll remind you of that come the dog days of August when the Halos are
Literally,
fourth
they're
place.
already in like last. Like the Athletics are better than them.
Bro, if the Athletics are better than anyone, yay.
I mean, them and the Nationals are kind of in a rut. I mean, the Nationals should be better though. Should be better.
Bro, Joey Meneses is going for 30 bombs. They're gonna carry the Nets. What do you mean?
Yay! They got Candyman. They got Gene McCandleston.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? The Pirates are going to improve. I got Brock Kutch back. That's what matters.
Alrighty. That was,
Yep,
uh, that was that was interesting.
is that a podcast?
The podcast, baby.
It's a podcast. All right. Thanks for tuning into the first ever episode of Double Barrel Action, the baseball side project of Hot Take Sports. Check out the rest of our episodes, Keeping the Balance, uh, Combat Talk, all of our interviews. Most recent ones with Brian Barberena. Awesome guy. Go check those out. Follow all of our social medias, Hot Take Sports 16. Use our code HTS for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. I think that's everything. Do you have anything else, Owen?
I know that was awesome. And you know my taste's gonna be better than yours, let's just be real. But see you
It's
next
Hot Take
time.
Sports for a reason, I guess.
Oh
Thanks for
yeah.
listening. We'll see you next time.